What is going on, ladies and gentlemen of the Great Ones channel, and next week we are going to have Superstar Shake-Up! Seriously, can't you come up with a better name? Why can't you just do a normal draft? Like, we have very different variations of WWE Draft back in the days. We had this and then you get the wrestler and some sort of shit. That was kinda exciting. I remember as a kid I used to love this. It had so much unpredictability and so much anticipation. Yes, it doesn't make any sense because, wow, what are the chances that this computer will know who should go to Smackdown, you know? It kinda suits storyline, and why would a computer decide? I get that, but it was very exciting. Then we had this different draft when you had general managers kinda trading it. I want this, I want that, well I pick this, I pick this. Then we had another draft where you would pretty much spin a wheel, get a ball, open it, and there's a wrestler inside. That was kinda neat. And nowadays we have the worst ever, the most boring, the most lazy draft of all time, where I still can't believe they're doing that. You tune in on Monday Night Raw, you see a Smackdown superstar making his entrance. Now because he made his entrance, that's pretty much saying that yes, this guy was drafted. Whatever the case may be, I think the most important part is we are going to have a different roster, even though it's probably going to be very boring. The last draft didn't do it for me. The last Superstar Shake-Up kinda ruined the Smackdown, and I remember I lost all interest for WWE for the first time in many years. It's getting better, Daniel Bryan is back, all of these sorts of guys, but at the same time, it just didn't do it for me. It seems like every good superstar went to Raw, and Smackdown was like, well, you have AJ Styles, you have Ziggler, you have Shinsuke, so keep that. Whatever the case may be, today I'm going to give you my predictions who will go to SmackDown Live and who will go to Raw from a different brand. I don't think that every one of these is going to happen, but if I say that one superstar is going to Raw, it doesn't mean necessarily that I think both of these superstars are going to switch brands, if you get what I mean. This is not going to be a full predictions video, this is more of a superstars that are likely going to change brands. So why don't we jump to Monday Night Raw? And I think that Monday Night Raw will get Becky Lynch. She's not doing anything on SmackDown. It still boggles my mind. She's such a good wrestler. She's so entertaining. She seems like one of the biggest women on the roster when it comes to star power, and they are not doing anything with her. I think that's one of the weirdest things in the WWE right now. I would be shocked if she doesn't go to Raw. I think because she's not doing anything, Monday Night Raw might have some plans for Becky Lynch. I would obviously love to see her right here, and my pick, the first pick for Monday Night Raw prediction, is Becky Lynch. Why don't we jump to SmackDown Live? I think my first prediction when it comes to women's division, since we started with Becky Lynch, is going to be Bayley to SmackDown, because I see either Sasha Banks or Bayley actually going to SmackDown Live, because they are going to have a match on Monday Night Raw. Why would you have a match on Monday Night Raw and not the pay-per-view if you are not going to switch brands? I think that kinda indicates that one of them is going to switch brands, and honestly I think it's gonna be Bayley, because it seems like WWE's faces of the company are like Sasha Banks and Charlotte. So I kinda feel like they would not want Sasha Banks to go to SmackDown and have both Charlotte and Sasha Banks right here. So my prediction is Bayley's going to SmackDown Live, and I think she could be treated a bit better. This kind of gimmick kinda suits SmackDown more in my opinion, so I think they are going to bring her to SmackDown Live. Do I agree with this decision? Yes. Why don't we go to men's division? I think that Baron Corbin is going to Monday Night Raw. Baron Corbin is not doing anything on SmackDown. This guy was kinda promising in the WWE. Never been a huge fan of the guy, but he has something. He has cool finisher, cool signature, and a great hairline. Man, if I could lick that. Sometimes I say stuff without thinking. I think you guys noticed it, right? I think you guys noticed it. I wouldn't mind seeing this guy on Raw. I think we could get some fresh rivalries with him. I think for the most part he was the worst thing about SmackDown Live, if I'm being honest out here. None of his rivalries were actually good. maybe on Monday Night Raw he will find something new, something fresh, and hopefully he is going to Raw, and that is actually my prediction. Who's next? And who's next for SmackDown Live? Now you're thinking, oh, the great one. What is your prediction for SmackDown Live? My prediction for SmackDown Live is Finn Balor and the Club. All three members are actually going to SmackDown Live in my opinion. I really don't like Finn Balor being on Raw. I even don't like Finn Balor's character. I don't like the Club. I think they are these type of guys who need to be healed. They are a faction. They need to be badasses, savages, beat the shit out of the whole roster. And so far, I'm not that big on Finn Balor. I'm sorry. I really want to see heel Balor because he's a tremendous wrestler. But I don't kinda get his character. You know, I come out here, smile, I win matches or lose, and then I smile. Either way, I think on SmackDown he could actually find his gimmick, find his character, and him, Daniel Bryan, battling it out would be kinda interesting. So my prediction is that they are going to bring him to SmackDown. Okay, Monday Night Raw. Who do we want to get on Monday Night Raw? Who they want to get on Monday Night Raw? I think the New Day. New Day were tremendous on SmackDown Live, and I think it's time for them to kinda go back to Monday Night Raw and save this tag team division. The tag team division on SmackDown is amazing. Kinda how it should be. Just my opinion though. Just my opinion. I think the tag team division is stacked. When it comes to Monday Night Raw though, you have tag teams, Authors of Pain right here, right now. It seems like they are not capitalizing on that, and having the New Day right here would kinda make it feel a lot more interesting. And I think these are the kind of guys who actually revived the tag team division, and I see WWE actually drafting them back to Monday Night Raw. So my prediction is New Day. Okay, SmackDown Live. Well, I don't think that everyone is going to be from Monday Night Raw on SmackDown Live. There is a reason why on SmackDown Live after WrestleMania we only got one call-up. And I think that Drew McIntyre is actually going to SmackDown Live. We're going to have this segment where Paige says, well, I got someone who's actually not from Monday Night Raw. He's actually Drew McIntyre, and he's actually going to SmackDown Live. He's one of my favorite wrestlers, and I would love to see him right here. I was really sad when they released the guy. He was so humble, he was so great. He had the look, he had the wrestling ability, he had the charisma, he had everything. For fuck's sakes, he was the chosen one by Vince McMahon, but Vince McMahon cheated on Drew McIntyre with Roman Reigns. I guess that really helps in bed. Okay, I see them bringing Drew McIntyre to SmackDown Live. He's not on NXT right now, he was injured, and I think it will be a perfect opportunity for him to go to SmackDown Live because NXT roster is stacked with EC3, Undisputed Era, and many more. So I think Drew is going to SmackDown Live. The Miz and The Miz to rush to SmackDown. Another guys who are going to SmackDown Live in my opinion is The Miz and The Miz to Raj, and that is my prediction. If The Miz is going, I'm pretty sure The Miz to Raj is going as well because they are not doing anything, and I would love to see them on SmackDown. The Miz revived SmackDown with Dolph Ziggler, and I would love to see The Miz coming back. The biggest reason why I want him coming back though is Daniel Bryan is on SmackDown Live. That is my dream, right? I want this shit to main event WrestleMania 35. The Miz versus Daniel Bryan WWE Championship. The Miz wins Money in the Bank. Holy shit. That's some interesting booking. He was asked on WWE.com interview, do you think you will go to SmackDown? The Miz was like, that was it, that's all he said. I think he's going to SmackDown. Okay, what about Monday Night Raw though? I think Dolph Ziggler is going to Monday Night Raw. Yes, it's kinda sad that one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, Dolph Ziggler, is just used for being a jobber and pushing all the NXT guys, and he pretty much, I think he said that I want to go to Raw to face guys like Finn Balor, so in translation, I want to be buried by guys like Finn Balor. Anyway, I think that Dolph Ziggler is actually going to Monday Night Raw and actually put over talent on this show. Another guy that I think is going to Monday Night Raw is Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal is going to Monday Night Raw, bringing the United States Championship back to Monday Night Raw, and I would love to see that. I don't see WWE actually pushing the guy too much. I hope they would, because it would be kinda sad, you know, after all this build. But yeah, I see him actually coming to Monday Night Raw because the next prediction is Seth Rollins coming to SmackDown Live. Yes, if Finn Balor is going to SmackDown Live, I don't see them bringing Seth Rollins to SmackDown Live, but I think one of these guys is actually going to SmackDown Live. Most likely Finn Balor, but if they're going to bring Jinder, they're going to bring Seth Rollins to SmackDown Live because he has the Intercontinental Championship and he's one of the guys that I really want to see on SmackDown. Really want to see on SmackDown. By the way, Seth Rollins versus Daniel Bryan, yes please. AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins, yeah. And the last pick for Monday Night Raw is Randy Orton. I see them bringing Randy Orton to Monday Night Raw. I prefer him on SmackDown Live, honestly. I think if he would be a heel, he would be so great. WWE doesn't know what they're losing with the heel Orton. People are saying Orton is boring, Orton is trash. When he was a heel, he was one of the most entertaining things about WWE. As a babyface, he's very bland, and he's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, of course, my childhood hero. But even I admit, the guy sucks as a face, seriously. I loved him as a face when he was like against Christian. I liked him as a face where he actually turned face at the first time in like 2004. But now, he's just boring. His whole gimmick is, you know, I'm a silent guy, and I hear voices. I see them bringing him to Raw to kinda, you know, make rivalries more fresh. And he's obviously a very big name. So if they pick Orton, they gotta compensate that and bring someone huge to SmackDown. Either way, these are my predictions, but at the same time, I think only like 50% of them are actually going to happen. Just like I've said, because I say Seth Rollins is going right here, that automatically means that, well, my other prediction is not going right here. So it's really hard to decide. I just hope they don't fuck it up. And anyways guys, thank you for watching this video. These are my predictions. Let me know in the comments below, who do you think is going to SmackDown, who do you think is going to Raw? At least let me know the biggest predictions. I honestly would love to see Roman Reigns on SmackDown. I know it's not gonna happen, but that would be sick. I would love to see the booking, but because he's Vince's boy, I'm not gonna see that. Anyway, thank you for watching. Instagram, Twitter, all the links are in the description below. As always, the great one. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.